Mic check 1 2. Oh. All right, going live in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Let's get it. Everything's looking good. All right. Let's see what. All right. Okay, so was not able to get a trade this morning. This was such a nice trade here, but for just only one micro contract, the stop loss was like $400. So there's no way I would have taken that. Only my drawdown is only 1600, so I have to watch out for the capital that I have. So what I do believe in trading, capital preservation is also important. Otherwise, we were looking at a $900 trade here, which would have been amazing, honestly. But at what expense? I just don't think that was fair, and also I don't think that was worth it, honestly. If that took me out, my drawdown would be back to 1200, which is bad. I've been down there before, so looking at it, maybe I should have taken that trade, but it just didn't feel right at the time. So it is what it is. So this is all documented, and we move on. So let's see what we have now, what's coming up. So I'm gonna take this out of here. It's already documented. I don't have to keep plastering it on my face. There we go. And yep. So now, what are we looking at? What are we looking at? Let's look at the high time frame a little bit. A retro, just maybe to get a glimpse. So now we did take, as I was saying, if we're going short, probably for targets on the daily, it takes at least three lows, 1 2 3. So that was a good target, but this one kind of kept going down until we touched this volume imbalance here. I didn't think that was possible today. I did not think that we were gonna get to those lows, but then again, that happened quite early, right before 9, or yeah. So this is a volume imbalance on the 1 hour. On the daily, not the 1 hour. I wonder what it has done on the weekly. It's taken out this week low here, and so in terms of 1 2 3, then maybe this is a target here to someday. All right, so we do get our sell side. So what I'm gonna do is make it a little bit more concrete. Maybe that would be an old weekly low. I don't have those. It's gonna be OWL, and this is another one here, which I think will be the next target if we keep going short. There's another gap here on the weekly. Will we get here today? I don't think so, but we'll look for those levels tomorrow if we are if the tide is now turning. And another, this is like a fair value gap here on the weekly. Right there, why not? And another one here. So pretty much we have a lot of, you know, unfinished business, if I would say that. Not like we really have to go and correct everything. But 2019, I'm sure we have inefficiencies down here that, you know, price never came back to deal with, but maybe someday. Maybe someday. So can we see a close below this low? I wonder, or we're just gonna get into some consolidation vibes. But if I see a trade, I'm gonna take it. I will take that trade. Monthly, there's nothing much for me to do here. The previous month low is down there. Let's go to the daily. Try to see if we can get a sense of direction here. So this is already established as bearish. It was green at some point, then super red, and now it's reversing. I think normally what I see is the bears will try to keep it bearish, so I think they'll give it a fight for it to come down a little bit. That's what I think will happen, but we'll see. And I need to change that slogan of no predictions. I think I was lying there. Are we likely to get up here? I don't know, but if we do, then that previous day EQ is a target. But looking at the 4 hour, we do have like that weak body week right there. I don't want to assume it. Where box on the 4 hour, which I think is a balanced area, or not. I think for it to be balanced, the body has to close like going up and down. So what is this? It's my weak body week. On the 4 hour right there, so that can be a good target for longs. 160 points, and maybe try get back to that previous day EQ. That is what I would look for. What do we have here? We have this low. I like this already on the 1 hour. Like a breaker ish. This will be, I don't like the way it has that line in the middle by default, so I have to remove it. What would I do? Middle line, then let's save it again. Boom, save us. Gray 15. Yeah, but this is 60. This is 1 hour for now. Look at this. So our last down candle before we shot up, took the high, and could just be coming back to, I don't know, and then reverse. Why not? So I'm watching out for that. Might be getting some reversals there on this downtrend. From this high to this low, we did get to that half point, and that could be enough. Ideal will be way up here. By looking at the time, maybe it's done enough. Can we get that perfection today when we open the 12th candle? Like open, go up, and then look for a trade on our way down and get that expansion, probably 1:2 when we get out. I'm thinking it might come back here again. We'll see. We will see. 30 minutes again right there. 15 more note. What I like to use would be this down candle here. If I can just make it simple, but in case we want to keep going up, we do have like a big 1 hour zone, which I think I should just draw all of them, and then let's get another one here. Doesn't hurt. We can handle these drawings. Gray 15, and if we could get a reversal here, man, it would be nice. So we can pull this to 12:45 is okay. And this is the 4-hour. You know. Let's see how this goes, and we're done. We don't need nothing else. Now, if we keep going long, because this right here can be an entry with all these things. Hey, I might piss people off again, because this is just too smooth for it to just be a reversal, for it to go all the way up here with no sort of manipulation, like an intention to go up, then come take this lows and now go the right way. I don't know what I've been told. Something like this comes down, then fix again and goes. This is just one time and then just leave like that. Is this the 1 hour? 1 hour, yes. Okay. All right. In terms of ES, same zones right there. Can I delete some of these things? There's too many. We're now in a new session. But anyway, or is it disturbing? So I'd like to see shorts, but then again, that would mean we go short, EMAs line up, a retracement, and then, I mean, all that can happen real quick, don't get me wrong, but looks like we had a trade here. This is outside of my trading time, 10:55. But when I start spending more time on the charts, then can take advantage of all this. 1.42. Looks like it's gonna get to 1:2. All right. That was a nice trade, bro, but too expensive. It is what it is. It is what it is. So we did hit that volume imbalance on the daily. It might look like maybe this is the season where once we get to that, like a daily pool, daily area, whatever PDRA start forming on the other side, just, they're legitimate. This is the 1 minute. Look at that last up candle before short down. It just got crossed over here, up here. Retest, touch, and we're going, So these are some of the trades I will be taking when we have our own account. The stop loss can just be below the breaker, or just cover any fair value gaps if you feel like. So what I'll do with this one is, if I feel like we might get a retracement back here, but I also got a conviction that that is just enough for stop loss. If I was to trade, if I want to take like a $200 risk, I'll just put $100 risk, one risk here, and then another one, the other 200 here. Like, just divide the risk by half. So 0.5 R, and then the other half R right here, and you get the best out of both worlds. So if it comes down, the extra one is, can work and get your loss back. If it doesn't come back, then the half one can, maximize on the return. Because up to that point it would be 3.79, but down here is 1.3. Both wins. One win was just riskier, but brought in some more. So this is tricky. I do not feel like buying, I'm not going to lie. I don't want to buy. Daily, 4 hour, 1 hour. I like this too, right here. But by the time we get here now, time is gonna be gone. I like this, down. Can I do some cleanup? I think I did group everything in the morning. Did I? No, I did not. Yes, I did. But then again, I'd have to... No, I did not. And if I did, they haven't grouped themselves. That right there is an entry, bro. An entry. I got so much marked. Okay, I do know that we are in a 15 whatever situation, and we are also in a 1 hour situation right there. So let me just put those on the side. Come on. That should be a long, but anchored on what? Okay, here's a 12th candle in 3 minutes. It still looks good. But how and when will we retrace? Get in sync and go down further. Alright, let's say we are poised to go higher. So what's the plan for a long? This guy right here is already set up for longs, but I don't feel like longs, man. So this is where I remind myself that you don't know what the trade will do. So if you see a signal, take it. See, we closed above that up candle, retest, and now it's going up further with a signal. Oh wait, what time was this confirmed? 11:15 to 11:30. Look at that. So that touch right there was supposed to be an entry, but it's outside of my trading time. I've got so many rules that need to be eradicated, but now that it's working, I can say that. So ideally this would be an entry right there with a one. Man, today the ranges are super, they're big. 137. Normally the stop loss will be at least, the most I'll see is 100, but today seems like we are really moving, and it seems like a good day for scalping. Just by looking at the distance of the breakout from the trend line and the EMA, 136 points, so you're promised like at least 100 points. What do we have right now? 80 points already. All right, what time is it? 11:59. What I want to see is something like this. Boom, and then retrace and close down here to kind of close bullish. The offset is 0 already. Can we do -1? Is that possible? No, it is not. Now even if we see this happen, the open will be right here. By the time this is lining up, the 1 hour candle will have, you know, what a day. What a day. Two people watching. No comments yet. Make myself bright. No, but now it's too much light on the shot. That's okay. Okie doke. What's gonna happen here, y'all? We are $1,400 away from the goal. I had a chance of making $900 today, but I chickened out. Not really chickened out. I played careful. What's this here? 15-minute what? No, this is down here. We do not call. On this 15-minute situation here, there is a fair value gap right there. I like those. They act as some good confirmations. Let's look at ES real quick. Wow, they're both going up. You think they want to come back here, or this is just a retracement and then keep going down further? Today EQ and Q, E mini Dow all look the same, especially for this guy US 30. Interesting. Gold. Oil would have looked the same, but look at that manipulation, whatever that is. And gold does not really want to go. Oh, come on. Yeah. Yo, if this retraces and we're good at trade, will I take it? Hmm? This low to the high, this is an OTE area here. I think the bears will try to take this low, so I will not take that trade. If that bull trade works without me, so be it. I could care less. Well, I will care, but I think I won't take that trade. I think these guys will not allow for the daily to be reversed back to green. You know what? Let me try something. I haven't traded with red candles in a minute since we're just waiting. Let me see how it would look like. No. That stays green, yeah. This one's red. No, thank you. Perfect. So I do have two swing lows here. 1, 2. That's close enough. So a breakout from there should be an entry. Let me see what the stop we're looking at. 128. So that's just one micro contract. I wonder what that would be. You don't even need this actually. Yeah, it's okay. So the stop loss would be 200, 250, which is not bad. But I am not willing to take that trade. I do think the bears here will try to close bearish. Even if they won't keep going down, I think it's gonna close bearish in between this range. But flip this back to green. I think that is... it can happen, but I don't feel like it's a worth it risk. So I'm going to not... I'm going to go with, I think what price will do in this case. Which is something I'm trying to stay away from. What's going on? Yo, give me a second, I'll be right back. All right. So a trade was setting up here, but I'd said I'm not gonna take it. So because all it needs, it just need 2 swing highs, 1, 2. There's a breaker, which is this up candle here on the 15-minute, confirmed by this up candle with retest. So we want to see an expansion, you know, going up further. But I decided I'm not gonna take it just because of the daily candle. From what I've seen in the past, once it's established, it will mostly likely, you know, try to stay red, try to stay bearish. It doesn't even have to go and take out its daily low, but I think it's gonna stay within here. So if I do get a short, I will take it. I will take a short, but for longs, I don't think so. Again, that's me trying to think I know what the trade will do, but I think that's it's risky. Plus, I do like taking trades in line with. Well, I prefer to take trades with what the daily looks like. In this case, I'd like to just look for shorts, but I can still take longs. That's not really, that will not keep me from taking that trade, but I just know the probability might be a little bit low. So today this was one screen and it flipped. I was right here when that was happening and I just didn't take that trade because my guys here didn't give me a signal, yo, but it's all good. Got to move on. So now, any short trades I am interested. So there is a 1 hour zone-ish kind of here, these last down candles, and that's kind of what I think is being tested right now. So if maybe I was in a hurry and I really needed to take that trade for some reason, maybe that'll be my entry and my stop loss just up here. Easy to say so because it's happening, but I'll just go for 1:2. If I tried that with the 15-minute zone, it would have been closed out. It would have taken me out. But just looking at this, look at that 15-minute. We're trying to go out, but it's immediately being brought down below. I think I've talked about that too. So this to me just shows me that as of now, we still have a tendency to want to go lower. Take my fib from the high to this low, around that. If this is the range, this is the discount zone for better prices if you want to sell. And then targets, maybe come back to this area here, maybe even go down further. We'll see. We'll see. But then again, I'll need to see a setup on the 1 minute, whatever here. So this seems like a lot of drawings, man. I might pull this to the side. Maybe just have what we are respecting right now. And this is currently being disrespected. The up candle here. But then again, it still is a viable support. So best to wait and see a 15-minute candle close below it. And the EMAs probably, maybe, you know, by the time they're lining up, will be way down here. Blue just crossed 50, 16 just crossed 50, so that for me is a no-no. In terms of longs, if I was really convicted, that right there would be telling me forget about it. Forget about it. We are entering. As we are right now, we are in consolidation. That's the language I understand from the EMAs right now. This is consolidation vibes. Until everything lines up, then I'm like, okay, now we are trending. Because my system is really a trend continuation. whatever. These things are so much in sync. I'm not seeing any SMT today. They're all kind of doing the same. This up candle here would be this one. And then we have this gap. ES has completely closed it. If I would draw it, ES completely closed it. And Q did not completely close it, or did they? They might have. Just left a small portion up there. So maybe that's an SMT in terms of the fair value gap. This one did not close completely. This one has closed completely. So that's a balanced area. So now I'm getting a, you know, kind of like a conviction where we might be going lower. But still, I'm not engaging until I see an entry right here. So let's just keep waiting. Let's keep waiting. Patience, patience, patience. Would have loved for an entry when, you know, right above or at the open or the opening of this 1 hour. Until then, we know it could be now something like this until we close. And I don't like to engage with that. And tomorrow is another day. No hurry. Why do I feel like we'll get a very nice trade today? That tells me to risk a little bit more. That's a lie from the devil, from the enemy. Well, why is it a lie from the enemy? What if it's God telling you to risk a little bit more? Why is the enemy even anywhere near here? Do not downbeat yourself, boy. I feel like if I was trading alone, by myself, just in here, just, you know, calm, whatever, I think I would have taken that trade without 450 stop loss. I feel like I would have. But now I'm really forced to, you know, stay disciplined and follow my rules to the tick, which is a good thing, but will hurt us here and there in terms of taking advantage of some really nice situations. But then, as I say, all good. Oh, I am sleepy, man. I am sleepy. Man, the day I passed this stuff, man, and then I built that buff of 2000 and start withdrawing. Still a long way to go, but we'll get there soon. I'll be the day. I feel like this is like a very good strategy to, if you have like a huge account and you don't want to, you want to trade it slowly. As this is setting up, so what am I waiting for? Oh, the EMAs to line up, whatever. June, you want to tell me I'm down for the month of June? Whoa, no. Yeah, they should be green. I'm up. March was a good month. April was the worst month. So all these months have been oh my god. So let's say I've been profitable for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just not the kind of profit I would love to see, but profit is profit. If you have like, let's say 10 accounts, 20 accounts, how much is that? 2,600. That can offset a little bit of your bills, man. $1,000 times 20 grand. This one times 20, 10,000. 10k, 6k. Just going slowly, one trade a day. One trade a day. Not the best, but still something. Am I up? No, I'm not up 310 for the month. I did take a loss yesterday. Isn't that included? We'll just do the whole whatever. $132. Just do like 200. It doesn't hurt. But I copied everything. Yeah, we're up to 25 for the month of June. Today is Tuesday. This was a winning trade, but because of being closer early, I was not able to, you know. So just I'd consider it to be what where are we before I'm talking? Okay, nothing. I'll consider that to be break even. Today would have been a $900 trade, but very nice trade, but $450 for a trade with the lowest, with one contract. I was like, nah, let it go. Otherwise, I would be up $900. Oof, look at that. It is what it is. Finally got a clean trade, but couldn't engage because the trade was too expensive in terms of the stop loss distance. 228 points. That's too much for only one micro contract. So that shows you like we are really whatever. The whatever is too much, yo. The what is it? What do you call it? The momentum, or from here to here, I think is 1,000. Or was that? Let me see. From the high of the New York session, actually, it's even the high of the day to the low of the day, right? As we speak right now, is 1,600 points. Nuts. Nutella. So probably need to take a note down, and maybe when I have such huge stop losses, maybe be okay to take a half. Maybe use the 50 as the stop loss. But then again, price is fractal. The stop loss distance doesn't really matter, because I still need that space to breathe with this strategy. Yeah. What is going on here? In between two PD arrays, this is bearish and this is bullish, and I messed up, and that's something. One carries more weight because it's on the 1 hour on a bigger time frame. The other one carries more weight too. It's immediate. I feel like if I was to use the higher time frame for an entry, this would be a gamble. Maybe in a hedge account, I would buy here. I mean, if I'm willing to risk 2R, I would buy here, go for 1:2, and another trade sell here, and go for 1:2. So whoever wins, assuming it doesn't take me out before going up, you can make 1R out of that. The thing is though, is if it does something like this, takes you out and then goes the other way, takes you out. But if you risk, if that's what you want to do, then you just should be willing to risk that risk. Should be willing to lose the risk, and that I think is the most important thing. You are supposed to be willing to lose what you are risking. That is why I was not willing. That is why I didn't take that trade, because I was not willing to risk 450. I just thought that was too much for 1600 drawdown. What are we going to see here? I feel like once I get that thing that this strategy is missing, or that needs to be added, I think it's gonna be a dangerous one. I feel like it's going to be something else. I might put a price on it. Whatever it is missing, or whatever it is I'm not seeing, apart from my regular entries and stuff that I've been doing, it might be something dangerous. Anyway, I will soon see what it is. I will soon see what it is. So we did consolidate yesterday. So as I said in the morning, we might be in that season where right about this time, price just gets in a consolidation, goes up, comes down, goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. That might be it. Another season I think we might have come into is looking on the daily. We might be seeing a lot of what we saw here, like taking out the previous day and then going to the previous, taking out in this case, like taking out the previous day high, taking out the previous day's one side of the range and going to the other side of the range. And we might see that tomorrow too, where we take this low and then go to the other high, and then that same thing, and that shows that we are consolidating before, you know, the next side is now picked. Either we keep going up or we start going down, kind of something like this here. Even though it's kind of one-sided, we can see a lot of previous day high taken, then the previous day low taken, previous day low taken, then it starts going. It might manipulate again, but goes out, takes those 3 days, then the same thing, then the same thing, then the same thing. And you could have a strategy for that, which might not work so well, to where it looks something like this, because if you're requiring the previous day low to be taken out fast, you might have to wait a little bit. Plus, who even says that on this day, because the previous day low was taken, who says that your trading strategy is gonna get you in this trade, you know? So that is also like another thing to, as you grow, as I grow, trying to know when we are likely to be consolidating and employ a strategy for that, and when we are likely to be one-sided and employ a strategy for that. Maybe we might be in something like this now for the next few days. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Okay, back to the 15. Three people watching, nobody's engaging. Yo, say something. It's getting boring here. I am not getting a trade. Again, I like this blue and 16 thing because it kind of shows me, yo, we are in consolidation zones, whatever. So if I'm looking for longs and the 16 crosses the 50, I'm not, the long bias is cancelled. So I gotta wait for them to line up again. Then I wait for my retracement and a trend line. When it breaks that, then I'm like, yeah, I think we are likely to keep going up. But if we are in a consolidating, the EMAs will show you, kind of. They will show you. Now in this case, if what in this case? 50, or rather, look at the 16. Cross below 100. It's crossed up again. It might be closing down again. If you're not scalping for a few points and you're trying to get into trades to go a bit, you know, further, that might hurt you, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing and what I've seen. So, kind of a nice way to filter out those consolidation times where you can lose a lot of money trying to go up, trying to go down, and it sucks, man. Imagine getting a trade here, lose, get another trade, lose, get another trade, lose, get another trade, lose. Now let's say finally now you get a good trade. If you lost like three trades and you're risking 1 hour a piece each, then you get like a 4-hour trade. It doesn't feel like you don't feel the 4-hour trade, because now when you combine, that's just a 1-hour trade. Still a profit, but still. So if we can find a way to avoid those times, it is good. But then again, also be ready to lose out on some things like this, where you want to be too careful trying to ask for, you know, which I don't see any problem, because for me I do require retracement back to the 50, like what you saw here. This whole section, which was a little bit obvious, I would say, trading from that after we took out the previous day low, traded into a daily fair value gap. There was a 15-minute breaker right there, confirmed, retest. Let's go down. No, still nothing. But just because I need a retracement back to the 50, I can't engage. But patience. It was setup still formed. Now this was just a different problem. This was not engaged just for the sake of capital retention, capital reservation. Now blue is crossing above 16 in between two PD arrays. If I would say a 1 hour breaker, 1 hour bearish breaker in a 15-minute, what do I call this, a breaker? 15-minute bullish bump. I call them bumps. Not really a breaker. A bump. Anyway, it is bullish. $12.39 might be a no trade today. But again, as I said, if I do get a short, if it forms for whatever reason, I will engage. Maybe see if I might want to get back down here to where price had the last touch before the incline. Yo, 3 people watching, 2 people watching. Say something. a high or whatever, and this phone is about to run out of charge. Day 84. Yo, I might end the stream here. My baby is really crying. I don't know what's going on. Plus I'm not seeing any engagements today. How many people are watching? Might just close here. I would like to see what 1250 will do though. 3 people watching. Consolidation, y'all. Look at that. EMA is all over the place. 500, 1650. Doesn't even sound good. 50, 1600, 5. In between here. Curious though. What will 1250 do 7 minutes from now? So no trades today. I thought it would be a little bit clean right now. 1250 didn't do anything yesterday. I'm curious, what will it do today? Yo, how much longer will this challenge take? How much longer will it take? How much longer? We are here 4 months now, trying to get to 3,000. In profits, yeah, but patience. If I was to get really tired, instead of doing stupid things, and the stupid things would lead to passing, but it also lead to failing real quick. You can just pause where you are with the progress that you have, then take a break I mean, just put in a trade every day to, like a small trade in out, just to satisfy the 7-day inactivity requirement. And take a trade and take a break. I did that with some Apex accounts I had with the same strategy, but on the 15 seconds, and it was a 1:1. I was trying to do 1:1. The thing is though, I had not said it was only gonna be one trade a day. Now on a day you're losing, risking $200 a trade, yeah, come on. You don't have so many, you only have 10 chances. Not even 10, 9, including fees and commissions. So on a losing day, your drawdown is just gonna. So I remember in a few days, I think I even have that thing. Let me see if I can find it. I'll just show you. In a few days, man, I was in deep drawdown. So I was like, yo, I need to change this thing. It's not working. So I stopped trading. Took a few days off. Let me show it to you. It's right here. That right there. These were a couple of Apex accounts. Like, how many were they? Maybe 13 accounts that I was trying to pass, or maybe 8, I don't know. And the first trades worked so well. So this is one day. You can see I was taking more than one trade. So this worked so well, and then look at the second day, 3 of them lost. The third day, 3 lost. The second day, the fourth day, 3. Yo, at this point I'm in deep drawdown, man. Deep drawdown. Look, only 1:1, which was why I employed to do 1:2. So at least 1:1 with a very tight stop loss management system, all automated on NinjaTrader. So once I got to 0.5, it would automatically adjust the risk to half. Once I get to 0.875, it would break even, and then once it starts going down, the stop loss would actually, it wouldn't break even. It would once it gets to that 0.875, whatever that point here, the stop loss would come to 0.5. No, how was it? 0.5 risk would reduce by half. 0.75 will be break even, and then I later changed to not do nothing about it. I think it was break even. 0.875, the stop loss will now come here, and then as it goes down, it would follow it. Worked well in terms of maybe when the trade gets in, it reverses, but also sometimes it would get up here and then reverse and take me out on break even or whatever. If I just left it alone, I would have got the full 1:1 R. But would have been better if I just had it for 1:2. So that was not the best strategy, but it looked good when I was back testing it. It looked good. Hesitation exit. Ugh, this one I got out of the trade early. What's happening? Oh, let me see the losing ones. Wait, what happened here? This is now where making that trades with the stop loss management so tight would hurt me, because we did get to the 0.5 whatever. So what I would do was reduce the risk by, I think, half. So on this decline, the stop loss was already here, took me out, and then the trade goes ahead and works without me. I don't know why I didn't switch it to 1:2 and just leave it alone. What else happened here? Why did I lose on this one? Probably the break-even stuff. How about this one? Oh, I do have some news. Got in late, distracted, so decided to flatten the trade. Would have been a winner. Bruh, what was you doing? Stopped out early because of auto trailing. Hesitated when candles started consolidating and got out immediately. price goes on to ATP. So it seems like the strategy was good, but because of it, all these other things. Yeah. Nah, this was a straight loser. How about this one? Lost, then lost again, bruh. And then earlier, there was 2 missed trades. Bruh. I think it was a good strategy, honestly. But it's so... If I let them just do 1:2... If I was to ever go back to this, I think I'd allow myself 2 chances, and it would have to be 1:2. At least. To give the strategy a fighting chance. So won one, lost the other on this day. Missed out on 2 trades earlier, so did come to the charts a little bit late. Yo, what's going on here? 1250 just happened. I'm not taking a trade today. Yeah, this is consolidation vibe, and this might happen for the rest of the week. We might be in that season of consolidation towards the last hour of the day in terms of the 3 to 4 p.m. candle EST. What else do I have here before I close the stream? What is this? Took me out and then goes on to hit TP. Frustrating. How about this one? Took me out, right, fair and square. I wonder if I would have introduced a trend line if the vibe would have been different, because at this point I was just waiting for the EMAs to line up, I retest and then just go in. I think these EMAs I was just adding them later. Up the trend line, as you can see, most of the trades have no trend line. For example, on this day the entry would have been on this candle. The problem with that is the stop loss would have been bigger, but if it's 1:1, then that's fine. So now in the journals I can see I had there's no trend line break. Anyhow, what was missed out on 2 trades again? Missed out on 2 trades earlier. Same thing. Now, how about this day? What happened here? Oh, already seen that. How about this day? So if I was doing 1:2, I would probably survive. Yeah, so at this point, man, the draw, I think I had like maybe 600, 200 on some, 300 on some accounts, and I just stopped trading. I took a break for quite a while. So from 23rd of February, I came back to trade. What's the first day here? So I didn't even take that much time. From the 23rd to the 8th. That's nice. That I took around 2 weeks. Is that like 2 weeks? 23rd. I only took 1 week. So I took a week off and then decided to do the same thing on the same strategy on the 1 minute. And then I'll go for 1:2. So all this is pretty much back test of a strategy, and then it's just stayed for this long. I thought it would have been done by now, either win or lose. So we're still hanging in there, and then just decided we're gonna do the same thing but on the 1 minute, which is gonna be a little bit slower, and then we're gonna use a high time frame whatever. We're gonna look for a bias at least on the 15-minute using breakers, and then wait for a retest of the breaker, then wait for that same thing to happen. It might have made it slower, but it made it a little bit more sure. And then with the 1:2 thing, you're able to survive. Kind of covers the losing days, in my opinion. And we're still here, 18 days, 80 days. Still looking for ways to make it better. So this is kind of where we started. And these Apex accounts, I still have them, by the way, and the drawdown are now 1,300 plus. So accounts I got in January are still surviving, still in drawdown, but and not anywhere near the 2000 mark, but we'll get there, man. Slowly we'll get there, and if we don't, then we'll have done everything that I could possibly do. All right, so unfortunately or fortunately, a no trade day. No, not winning is also not losing is also winning. We'll see what tomorrow holds. Again, I'm training myself to completely forget what I've done in the past. Tricky for the brain not to remember of past circumstances and occurrences, especially anything that caused pain or anything that caused excitement. Because when you lose, you kind of feel a little bit of some pain, and when you win, some excitement. But in trading, pretty much what I'm coming to learn is each and every setup is different, each and every situation is different. So yeah, I feel like these are good times for scalpers who buy and sell. Buy, sell. You can really do well in such scenarios, I think. All right, so I will finish here, and then I have one of my viewers called Poloko has a strategy on the 5 minute and entries on the 5 minute. I will backtest like 2 months today. I choose a month that was consolidating. I backtest it on that month and then backtest it on a trending month, and kind of see if something I can add to what I have. Yep, see how that goes, and maybe also look at the 5 minute ORB stuff, see if we can get entries before the main setup forms here or with our strategy, which is slow, but I'll also say sure to some degree. 5 likes, thank you so much for the likes, I appreciate. And I'm gonna end the stream here. Oh, grateful to God for everything, for this sport here. And may we get good fruits out of it, and may others also benefit. You've tried other strategies that are not working. If you ever come here and it clicks, make sure you pass it forward. All right, so I'm gonna flatten all this. Today was a no trade day, it's all good. I will go and journal now. I didn't journal yesterday's trade, so I'm gonna do that, and then also fill up on today's. Yep, and then call it a day, and then backtest later. And we'll be back here tomorrow at 6:30, God willing. I'll try to be here as early again, at least before 6:45, and hopefully we get a good banger trade tomorrow. All right, close the scripture right there. To the only God, our Savior, through Jesus Christ our Lord, be glory, majesty, dominion, authority, before all time and now and forevermore. Amen. To the only God, our Savior, through Jesus Christ our Lord, be glory, majesty, dominion, and authority, before all time and now and forevermore. Again, thank you for the likes, thank you for all those who engaged, and I hope your trading does all the best, does well. Make sure you're journaling so you see what you're doing and what you're not doing that you're supposed to be doing, and what you're not supposed to be doing, and we all get better as we go. All right, and I'm out. God bless you all, and I do have a good day or a good night, or depending on where you're watching from, and I'll see you on the next one. Trader Marina Capital, and I'm out. Peace. you.